Jonathan Dawson here with a quick example of how you can deal with the issue of I've got you beat down the road. What I want to do is, again, first of all, stress that don't get into a combative, argumentative state with the customer. It doesn't do you any good to challenge them, to ask them, are you sure you're looking at the same vehicle? Are we comparing apples to apples? I've polled thousands of salespeople. I've never, ever had a salesman say that the customer will tell you, yes, you're right, I'm sorry, the vehicle is in fact a lot less equipment, a lot more miles, a lot worse condition, and it's actually a lot less money. I was just negotiating. They're never going to tell you the truth. Just assume that the customer is negotiating with you, and you have to answer appropriately. So instead of are we comparing apples to apples, are you sure we're on the same vehicle, simply state to the customer this: I cannot compare or compete with the people down the road because I don't work there. However, I'm sure that they are being competitive to earn your business just as we also will be competitive to earn your business. I simply can't speak for them because I don't work there. Now, what I do know is that this vehicle that you've told me today that you wanted to buy does fit your wants and needs based on what you've told me. It has this, it has this, it has this, it has this. Are these still things that you're looking for in a vehicle? Does this vehicle work for you? At this point, the customer will say yes, but they want a better deal, which is fine. Again, as long as you're on the right vehicle, and as long as you haven't challenged them or called them a liar, basically, as long as you haven't said, I double dog dare you to buy the vehicle down the road, you're going to be okay. Just address, hey, listen, I hear what you're saying, no big deal, let's work together. Don't come across as combative. Now, the next step I want to teach you is a very simple technique, because the next thing that salespeople typically do is they ask the fatal question, if I could match or beat your deal, could we do business? If I could match or beat the deal down the road, could we do business? Don't do that. There's no credibility, there's no confidence, and there's no growth built into that statement. If I could match or beat the deal, could we do business? So instead, alternatively, I want to teach you a very simple thing you can do. So I'm going to begin by acknowledging, I'm going to say, you know what, I cannot speak for the dealership down the road because I don't work there. I'm sure they're competitive, trying to earn your business just as we are. Rarely do we ever lose a deal over something like price. We all own them for the same, that type of an argument. But don't say, you know, I don't believe you, are you sure? Then, once I've done that and established for the customer, okay, this vehicle was the vehicle you told me you wanted to buy based on these things. Is this still true? And get them to say, yes, I want the car, but I want a better deal. Now what you're going to say is this: if our pricing is similar, even if I'm a little bit higher, as long as I'm not unreasonable, wouldn't you rather buy from me? I want you to follow through with me here. If my pricing is similar, even if I'm a little bit higher than the guy down the road, as long as I'm not unreasonable, wouldn't you rather buy from me? Now, I'm not suggesting you're going to use all these gestures when you're sitting in front of the customer. I use it to help you remember what we're doing. But this is basically what I say to the customer. I say, let me ask you a question, Mr. Jones. If my pricing is similar, even if I'm a little bit higher, as long as I'm not asking you to do something unreasonable, wouldn't you rather buy from me right here, right now, and be done with it? Now, my hope is, and my goal is, that if I've done everything else right, and we are in a similar vehicle, and the pricing is pretty comparable, that they say, well, how much is unreasonable, or how much is too high? And then you begin a dialogue now based on how much they're willing to pay you above your competitor, instead of, if we could match or beat the deal, could we do business? Let me know if that one works for you. It's a great one. I've used it a bunch of times. It helps me with confidence, credibility, and growth. See ya.